Hello, welcome to tonight's edition of Stacking the Shelves. I say tonight because it's approximately, I think it's like 5:30. It's no surprise, I'm on the vampire schedule again, which means I woke up at about 4:45. I knew I had to film this vlog today, so this is what you get. I'm not, I have insomnia really bad, so it's not like I'm lazy, but I do have trouble sleeping. So sometimes my sleeping patterns get messed up. I know my other co-blogger, Becca, suffers from this same exact thing. And so Becca's like really on the 12 to 9 schedule right now. She's not waking up until 9 p.m., which I can't even imagine. If I get myself to the point where I'm waking up past 5 o'clock, which I'm almost there, I generally try to stay up and cycle it around, which means one miserable day with no work, but that's the way it's going to be probably one day this week. Anyways, so let's talk about books. I have mostly physical books this week, which is unusual. I did grab 3 ebooks, which were on special. The Burn Bright series by Marianne DePierre, I hope I'm saying her name correctly, which up until last week, well, it's an Australian series, and the only way you could get it in the United States was for Kindle. And, but a couple days ago, they offered the entire series for free, so I picked it up while I had the chance, so I got all 3 books for free. And gosh, I hope I get a chance to read those this year. Oh, I also forgot to tell you, I have my coffee and my nice Have a Nice Day mug that has a middle finger on the bottom of it. This I got from Lynn for Christmas. Good coffee. Okay. So speaking of Lynn, I just went to the mailbox today. First, I'm going to show you this cute little package that she sends it in. I don't know where she got this, but I wish my UPS store had them. But I didn't even open it, so I'm going to open them. And I know this is Crest. I had sent her my copy of Crest to read, so yeah. She sent it back so I can read it too, and her review goes up. Actually, by the time you see this video, it'll have already posted. It posts Friday. And it's Thursday? God, see, I don't even know what day of the week it is. Horrible! Okay, and then I got a late Christmas gift. I think this is the last Christmas gift, but this is from Ashley at Y Adult Review. She sent me, one of these is for my dad. This one is for my dad, and this one is for me, and they're signed and personalized by Clive Cussler, which I love, because she lives by the bookstore. I believe it's called the Poison Pen, that he always has signings at. So she's met him several times. And this is signed and personalized. I'm so excited. I am such a huge fan. I haven't read one of his books in a really long time, but basically the Dirk Pitt series for me is like childhood nostalgia. Like, I read it all through my teen years, and I read every book in the series up until the last one that I DNF'd, just because it didn't have that same magic for me anymore, and I figured it's time to give it up while I still have good memories. But anyway, my dad used to be like a really, really big fan of Clive Cussler, and he would always give me his books to read. And I remember the first time he handed me one, I was just like, oh, I don't want to read this. Like, it's totally not going to be for me. It's historical. It's for men. Blah. And I don't remember which book it was, but I do believe it was this one. It was Ink of Gold. This is the first one I read. And I fell in love with the series. And I'm sorry, my neighbor's yelling. I have my window open. I don't even know. And I fell in love with the series, and I started way back from book 1, and I read them all. And every time there was a new one, I was like gaga over it. And so I'm really, really, like, it's amazing to have a signed copy of Sahara, which is actually, it's a toss-up between Ink of Gold and Sahara, which one is my favorite. I also really love Dragon and Flood Tide, but I don't know. So, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm just super happy to have one. And then I got, yeah, let's just start with that. I got a pretty big package from Harper this week. Unfortunately, a lot of it is stuff I'm probably not going to read. But there are some good things in here, like some really good things. And I haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet with the arcs that I'm not going to read. I'm probably going to hold a giveaway at some point. But the thing is I don't really know that anyone that reads the blog will want them either. But I'll try. Basically what I think I'll do is I'll just have a giveaway and just let people choose. Like, I'll pick a couple winners and let them choose what they want. But yeah. So I got a copy of Tremor by Patrick Carman. This is the second book in the Pulse series, and my dear friend Blythe read Pulse, and absolutely hated it. And she posted a lot of quotes from the book, and I have a feeling that I would feel the same, which is kind of sad because I did like Dark Eden, I think that's the name of it. And he had a middle grade series way back when called Atherton that I actually really enjoyed. But I have a feeling that maybe he should stick to middle grade. So I'm probably not going to read this, at least not anytime soon. So this might be one of the ones that I give away. And then I got a copy of Ruins by Dan Wells. And let me just tell you, I'm like over the moon. I have an arc of this. This is one of my favorite dystopian series, like favorite, and this is book 3, and I believe it's the last book, and I loved Partials, and I loved the follow-up, which was called, what the hell was it called? I have a copy of it, Fragments, that's what it was called, like my bookshelves were there, so I'm like, and I love Fragments even more. The world building in this series is just really, really good. And that's a huge thing for me with dystopians. Characters could use a little bit of work, but it's still good. It's plotted really well, and it's super suspenseful, and I love it, and I cannot wait to see how it ends. So yes, definitely will be reading that one. And I didn't even request that, so it was like super awesome that it showed up at my house. And then I got a copy of Side Effects May Vary. When this went up on Edelweiss, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to request this. Just, I have a thing with, like, cancer books. Like, it's a topic that's, like, near and dear to my heart. It's touched my family in a lot of ways, and I'm sure it's touched many of your families the same way. And maybe you could read about it, but it's just something that's, like, I don't find enjoyment out of reading it. It's, like, brought, like, horrors to my family. So, that being said, though, I read the blurb, and, it's about a girl who goes into remission and basically doesn't know what to do with herself. So I don't know. I think I might like it, because it's not exactly what I thought it would be. It's not a book about cancer or a girl with cancer. It's about the aftermath of recovering from cancer, and I think that might be different. So I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, a couple more. I got a copy of Pretty Sly by Elisa Ludwig, and this is the sequel to Pretty Crooked, and I do know that a couple bloggers that I am very familiar with and trust the reviews absolutely did not like this at all. So this is probably one that I'm not going to read. Although I might, like, scan a couple pages and see if the writing is something I would like, but probably not, because, like, I have a stack of arcs that probably will never go down. And then for some reason, I got 2 copies of Perfect Life. So I'm definitely going to be giving one of these away. And then I actually heard that though many people hated Mind Games, Perfect Lies was actually really, really good. So I think it might be, since Perfect Lies this is a pretty short book. It's only, like 230 pages? There's a little more than that, but 232. It's short, so I'm thinking it might be worth sticking it out through Mind Games to get to this if it is really that good. So I'm debating on hanging on to this. We'll see. And then finally from Harper, these are all from Harper, by the way. I got a copy of Steadfast, which is the sequel to Spellcaster by Claudia Gray. I have not read Spellcaster, but I did buy a copy of it. So I am going to read this one because I think I can probably fit them into my schedule at some point. It might not be on a release date timeline, but I will finish it at some point. I really want to read them because they sound fantastic, even though they're not. They sound like one of those types of books that might be a guilty pleasure read, and that's exactly what I need lately. And honestly, my reading this year has been going fantastic. Like, I have read 10 books already, which may not be a lot for some of you, but that is for me. Like, we're basically a little more than 2 weeks into the new year, and I've read 10 books already, and at this point last year, I was already behind on my goal, and my goal is to read 150 books this year. I'd actually like to really go above and beyond that if I can, and I was having major problems last year with attention span, but it's a new year, and we're turning over a new leaf, and I'm really, really trying to get my shit together. And I have a discussion post that I'm going to write as soon as I have time about getting my passion back, and I think it's really important to talk about. And it has to do with several different things that have happened in my life to basically something really simple can turn everything around, and I want to talk about it. Finally, sorry I interrupted the book haul to wax poetic there. I got a small package, actually no, it was 2 packages, from Macmillan. I got them both in the same day. I got an arc of Second Star. I did request this. Not a huge fan of Peter Pan. However, this is a contemporary summer romance that's based on a retelling of Peter Pan. And it just sounds... It's about surfing and a touch of magical realism. And it's short. And I've read the first couple of pages, and I think I'm going to really like the writing. So I'm glad I did request it. I'm really looking forward to it. And then this, I got this unsolicited. It's a finished copy of The Rule of Three by Eric Walters. And I only know one other person that read this, and that was, I believe it was Amy from Book Loving Mom, and I don't think she really liked it that much. I think she gave it 3 stars. So, I mean, I guess it was a meh read for her. But, I skipped over this one in the last catalog. But it's actually a really, really pretty book. Like, there's black and white images in the beginning, which I love in my books. And it sounds like it might be really, really suspenseful. And so obviously I'm going to give it a shot. Because if Ksenia thinks I'll like it, there's a good chance that I will. It sounds really suspenseful, so that's the type of thing I like. As long as the world building holds up, I'm good with it. And that is all I have this week. Hopefully I can film a vlog for you again soon, because I don't get usually this many physical copies. So there's really usually no reason for me to film one. I've been thinking about doing maybe some video reviews this year. So maybe I'll do that. It depends. If I do video reviews, they will not be on ARCs, because I don't think the publishers would really appreciate that. So it would probably be on a book that I bought or got from the library. And I don't get to read non-ARCs very often. So, because like my non-ARC reading is usually at this point it's taken up by Forgotten Fridays, which I have to read 2 of those books a month. But we'll see. Like, once in a while I might read one of my own books and then do a video review. But don't get your hopes up. Not that you would anyway, because my vlogs really suck, right? Anyway, so that's it. I will see you next time. Don't know if it'll be next week, the week after, the week after that. But I do thank you for tuning in. And Happy reading, and I hope you liked my babbling. Bye. Oh, have a nice day. I wish I could show you the middle finger underneath, but it's still full of coffee.